So today's video is a tag video. It's my first tag video and I have created this tag. The tag is best and worst luxury shopping experience. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kim. If this is your first time watching, please hit that subscribe button. I would really love to get my viewers up to 100 subscribers this year. If you like videos about luxury handbags, this is the right channel for you. I enjoy all things luxe and talking about handbags. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for tuning back in and watching my videos. I really appreciate every view, like and comment. So please don't forget to hit that like button and drop me your comments and share your thoughts and ideas as well on my videos. So today's video is a tag video. It's my first tag video and I have created this tag. The tag is best and worst luxury shopping experience. So it is open to everyone, but in particular, I would like to tag Nick when shopping, Minx for All, The Closet by Connor, Dale's Addiction, Belinda at Luxe Purse Love, and Amelia Rose's Closet. Now, I have tagged those guys because I really enjoy watching their videos and I would like to hear their thoughts on this tag, and I really would love to hear your thoughts on this tag. Drop me a comment below or tag me in your own video. I really enjoy watching tag videos, so it would be really nice to see this tag go. So I had thought about this idea probably about a month ago, and I just haven't had a chance to get around to filming it. So today I'm going to share with you my best and worst luxury shopping experiences. Now, I'm going to cheat. I have two really fantastic experiences that I would like to share with you, and I have one bad experience that I will also share with you, my worst experience of luxury shopping. So I will start with a good and I will end with a good. I'm going to save the bad experience for the middle. So my first good experience was an unbelievable experience for me that this was able to work out for me. So way back in 2017, I had a small collection of Louis Vuitton. I knew I'd always wanted a Speedy in my collection. Had purchased the 30 Speedy in damier bean because I had a monogram Neverfull and the straps had become quite worn after several years, so I thought the damier bean would be the perfect fit for me. Unfortunately, the canvas was defected, so I exchanged it and I got the bandolier in damier bean size 30, and again the canvas had a flaw and it was returned, and I decided Speedies weren't to be in my collection because of the top handle with the monogram. I just ruled myself completely out of the Speedy box there and then, and I exchanged the bandolier for an on-point leather bag. So that wasn't the worst experience, believe it or not. The best experience was a result of that. And in 2017, I couldn't believe it when I seen this bag on YouTube. And as soon as I seen it, I knew I wanted it. And that was the Speedy 30 in the World Tour edition. And it was my first opportunity to have a made-to-order bag. So I was so excited. I jumped into the car, newborn baby, headed down to Dublin, and I had the lovely experience with Amitha. I really miss Amitha. If anyone was lucky enough to work alongside Amitha in Dublin, her customer service was fantastic. And we sat on the iPad and she was like, I don't know anything about this bag. And I says, well, it's there, it's on the iPad. You need to go into And I had all this information from YouTube, and she couldn't believe that I knew more about the staff iPad than what she had known at the time. But she was so patient, and we sat down, we went through every sticker, we went through every combination, we ruled out what I definitely didn't want, and believe it or not, the choices when I got into store hadn't changed from the choices I had made at home prior to the store visit. I paid, I can't even remember what it was, I think it was €1,300 at the time. I paid $650 on that day, and the bag was to be ordered and it would be sent in from France, and it could take 6 to 8 weeks. Well, I couldn't believe it when I got the phone call 3 weeks later and my bag was made. My whole experience with Amethyst in the Dublin store was amazing, and this is the bag that I got. I got the World Tour Speedy, the black trim, that red interior. I got 2 stickers on it. I got my initials, KB, and I got the LV print at the side. I love this bag. It comes with a drop handle, and outside the top handle as also as the strap. And I do use this bag a lot. I love it. I think the black leather trim is fantastic. The whole experience of having a personalised bag. The bag came puffed up, it was never folded. I do have an organiser in it now because I did have a really bad experience with the pen, and I stained the interior and it broke my heart. And every time I opened the bag and I seen that stain, it kind of crushed me. So I did get insert for it. I added the key bell afterwards, and I have my Year of the Dog hot stamp luggage tag on the side just to jazz it up a little bit. But yes, that was one of my best experiences in Louis Vuitton. Having a made to order process in such a smooth way was fantastic. Amethyst, as I said, she was a fantastic CA. She was really, really good, easy to reach out to. We had lots of fun that day when I was placing the order, as well as the day of collecting the order. We were offered champagne on both occasions. Obviously I was breastfeeding at the time and I declined, but my daughter, when we went down to collect the bag, she just thought this was amazing that you got Coke in a fancy handbag shop, you know. And normally she was being told, don't touch that, don't look at that, don't move. And there she was sitting up on the counter sipping her glass of Coke, which she never gets at home. And it was a real treat for her. And yeah, even the boys really enjoyed it. And my husband couldn't believe the service that we had received. And again, that was all down to Amethyst for being such a fantastic CA. And that really does make the experience so much better when you have a CA. And it wasn't the fact that she made me feel like a VIP and really important. It was the fact she took the time to go through every process and every option to me. And having her time, and that appointment, although it wasn't booked, didn't feel rushed. I had as much opportunity as I needed to discuss everything that I wanted in my bag and more. And we ran through different options as well, and again, it was my favourite experience of all time with Louis Vuitton, except for my next good experience, which I will save for later. So yes, that was my first luxury great experience. That's a mouthful. So this leads me on to my first and worst bad experience, and it kind of like crushed me, this experience. It nearly put me off shopping with them ever again. And it just shows you, you know, don't let one bad experience put you off. If you have multiple bad experiences, yes, certainly. But this happened way back in 2003 when I first wanted to start collecting Louis Vuitton. I was in Dublin for the weekend with my then boyfriend, who is my husband, and we were walking up Grafton Street and going past the Louis Vuitton display in the window, and I see this beautiful bag, and it had like a halo light behind it, and it was beautiful. It was a small rectangular clutch style bag. It just looked stunning, and I knew in that instant, that right there and then, that I loved that bag. I really, really liked that bag. And we walked on anyway after me looking in the window, and all night I couldn't get that bag out of my head. I was so excited by that bag. It was the first time that a bag actually stood out to me and made me want to go handbag shopping in a store that put the fear of God into me, to tell you the truth. I always thought that Brian Thomas and Louis Vuitton were just that little bit too high end for a young woman who was just starting out in life, really. At the time I was 21 maybe, and maybe 21, and I just felt it was out of my reach, and I couldn't get this bag out of my head anyway. And all night long at dinner, I kept going back to the bag, and my boyfriend at the time, as I say, since married, it's like, if you want the bag, just go get it. You've got the money in the bank, just go get it. If you want the handbag, and at that stage, I didn't even know the price of the bag. I just knew I really liked it, and I did have savings, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself. I had a few designer handbags before that, a few Mulberry bags and that, but they were like purchased in high-end clothes shops. They weren't purchased in high-end boutiques, and you're probably going high-end clothes shops. So in Belfast, 20 years ago, our luxury shopping experience came down to one shop, Parks, and it sold like Timberland clothing and a little bit of Mulberry and a little bit of Burberry, but overall there wasn't much designer high-end to go for, so that's where I got my Mulberries from, and that was a long time ago. But yeah, we went back into Brian Thomas on the Sunday. I was so excited. I rushed breakfast and I couldn't believe it. The bag was in the window still, and I asked the CA. First of all, we arrived into the store and the staff congregated together, and they were chit-chatting, and the store wasn't overly busy because they had just opened, and they like completely ignored me and my husband, and I interrupted them politely. I excused myself and I said, pardon me, would it be possible to see the handbag in the window? The staff were quite dismissive, and they're like, it's in the window, can't you see it, type attitude. And I was like, I can, and I like it, and I would like to see it if that's possible, please. At this stage, I didn't know the price of the bag or anything. I just wanted to see the bag, handle the bag, see if it would work for me, do everything that I do now. When purchasing a handbag, I like to handle it, and I like to see the fit, and I like to see it on, and I like to try and see what fits into it, and just the standard things that we do before we make a big purchase. And before I could even handle the bag, I had the feel that she didn't trust me, she didn't like me, she didn't want me to have this bag. But being stubborn, I went through the motions and I kept going through the motions, and I wanted to handle the bag and she was reluctant. And I said, sorry, I would really like to try the bag on. Can I please handle the bag? And asked her quite bluntly. I probably was ruder than I would be normally, but she really pushed my buttons and really made me quite angry. Although I did keep a lid on my anger, I wasn't cheeky, I was probably just snappy and what I consider to be slightly rude rather than being outrageously rude. So I think I managed really well, and I asked the price and she says, I think €350 possibly. Such a long time ago, I can't remember. She didn't tell me the name of the bag, and she's, well, I take it you're not taking it then. And in that presumption, in that moment of I take it you're not taking it then, I snapped back and I went, no, I'm not taking it. I'm not giving you the commission on this bag. And I turned and I left, and my boyfriend at the time was like, did you not like the bag? Like, you loved that bag last night. Like, why are you not taking it? You've got the money. Like, it's a lot cheaper than what you thought it was going to be. Like, seriously, like, why are you not going home with the bag? And I was like, she was so rude. I'm not giving her my hard-earned money. I'll get the bag again. And we left, and I was so disappointed, and I couldn't get that bag out of my head. But I live in the north of Ireland, and there's no Louis Vuittons in the north of Ireland. There's no e-luxury website at that stage for the UK. Any eye candy was on the eluxury.com website, and I don't even know if that was an official Louis Vuitton account or not, but they always seem to have the latest styles of the pictures, but it was always in dollars, and they never ever could post to the UK way back then. And I left, and I'm so gutted. I really, it left a bad taste in my mouth. So yeah, that was my worst Louis Vuitton experience. And then my very most best luxury experience happened in 2005, and I had purchased a trip to Paris for me and my boyfriend at the time, who is now my husband. And we went to Paris, and we were in and out of St. George store, Champs-Elysees, Rue Montaigne, sorry, I always say Montesquieu because of Romeo and Juliet, but the Montaigne store. We had the most amazing break. We did the Louvre, the Champs-Elysees, Arc de Triomphe, Notre Dame, Sacré-Cœur, the Eiffel Tower. We had river cruises, we did museum tours. We had the most fantastic city break. It was fabulous. It's in my favourite city, hence why I wanted to take my boyfriend to Paris, because he had never experienced it before. We had such a fabulous time. And on our last day, when we were dressed in our casuals, getting ready to go to the airport, my boyfriend says to me after we had breakfast, pick a handbag, any handbag, I'm buying it as a thank you gift. And he had just got his first full-time postgrad job and his first wage, and it was my one and only Pretty Robin moment, I would say. And I couldn't believe Marty's generosity, and he, he didn't limit me to a house, he didn't limit me to a budget, he just says pick a bag, any bag, you can have it. Well, straight away I knew what bag I wanted. I wanted that Louis Vuitton bag that I seen in Dublin, and I could get it out of my head from, I had seen it. And we go into the Montaigne store, beautiful little store, middle of Paris. We were the only customers in the store. And I said to the man, I'm looking at a bag, it's rectangular shape, it's got red interior. It's like, no. Monogram comes with brown, no. He says, I know, I have a lookbook. Have a look through that lookbook, you might see it there. So he brings up a folder on like laminated pages, and it was really, really luxurious at the time, but really basic now when you consider what the lookbooks are like and how you scroll on the iPad and everything. I flicked each page and I couldn't see it, and then near like 3/4 to the end of the book, there she was, just sitting waiting to be taken out of the book. And I just had the sense it just wasn't going to be there because it was in a book. And I says, do you have this in stock? And he went, oh, that's a beautiful bag, I go check. And he went away and he checked, and at that stage I was looking at mini pochettes and the pochette accessoires, Speedy, because I just had it in my head that I wasn't going to get that bag. And he came out from the storeroom about 10 minutes later, and he presented me with the Recital. And this little bag, really, honest to goodness, I couldn't believe it. I just had to have it there and then. When I opened it up and I seen that red microfiber interior, oh, happy days. The red microfiber interior, I just knew I had to have it. The little magnetic snap closure button, and at the time I was quite skinny and it went over my shoulder a lot easier than it does now. It was just the bag that I had seen in Dublin, and I knew I had wanted it, and he was so lovely. I had questioned him about the tax-free shopping in France, and he said no, because it didn't apply to Irish residents, and but as a goodwill gesture he would take off the tax. So I think the bag cost €330 possibly in France, and he charged me €300, and we couldn't believe it. You know, he was just so lovely, and there I was in a pair of trainers, really dressed down, casual. I hadn't dressed up for the shopping experience because I didn't know I was going on a shopping experience. I was very much myself. And I think I had a Converse backpack on at the time, possibly a black leather backpack. It wasn't designer, but it was a little small backpack for travel. Nothing shouted out fancy about me or my boyfriend, and yet they gave us the first class shopping experience. And when he put my bag in a dust bag in a box, the brown chocolate box with the brown chocolate leather cord, and then into the beautiful brown paper bag, it's like they put my bag in a bag in a box in a bag, and I carried that through Charles de Gaulle airport like it was precious metal. I was just blown away with the true Louis Vuitton experience, and it was worlds apart from my worst experience. And I have no regrets about not purchasing the bag in Dublin that day, because my first Louis Vuitton was bought in Paris My first Louis Vuitton shopping experience where I parted with my money was out of this world. It was a magical moment in my shopping life. It definitely was one of the highlights in my shopping experiences, and I'm so pleased to have shared that with you today. If you have any good, bad, ugly experiences, please share them. This is an open forum. I'm not out to get people, but I think it's good to know that yes, you can have a bad experience, but there's always a good experience waiting to be followed. At the end of the day, if you're not happy, you don't pull the trigger, you don't make that purchase. And yeah, I have had 2 really unbelievable experiences and 1 really, really poor experience and a lot of good in between. So I thought I would do this tag video. So Nick went shopping, Minx for All, Closet by Connor, Dale's Addiction, Lux Purse Love, and Amelia Rose's Closet. I look forward to seeing your tags. I look forward to watching your video and your experiences. And for everyone else, please, please, please jump on to this tag and share your experiences. I think it's really good fun, and I hope we can all enjoy each other's experiences. Thanks for watching. Thanks, bye.